You know, it's a little roomier out today. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
What is this? Widescreen in year of insert DK64 here?
Yeah, actually, DK64 does have natural widescreen support. Now, you may be wondering why I haven't been using it for the longest while. It's because this game's a little flimsy with that, mainly with all the 2D elements, and also, it doesn't actually save the screen settings whenever you turn the game off. You always have to go back into the options to reconfigure it.
I see.
Look at that beautiful blue switch button mug.
Yeah, that blue switch there looks very tantalizing. It makes you want to, do a ground pound on it. Unfortunately, it makes you realize, oh yeah, our butt's not strong enough to smash it yet.
Well, why would Chunky want to smash his own face?
Well, as you can tell, it's still... Even if you want to, he is still only a green tier smasher at best. Hello everybody, this is 7 a.m. Radio Lucky here to try and keep my voice down for recording purposes as we're going to a rather somber and moody level of the bunch. Gloomy, if you will.
I underestimated those comms. Their progress is unexpected. Chief Technician! I trust the Blastomatic will soon be ready to be activated.
We've had a few technical problems, Your Majesty. My men are all lazy.
Hey, he's lying. You're always asleep.
Please forgive me. Everyone, we worked really hard.
Gods! Make sure no one leaves until my machine is ready.
Oh dear.
Gotta make a run for it. Oh shit.
Bark, bark.
How did he get up there?
Oh, he's still hanging up there.
How'd they get up there?
Unfortunately, it's not going to hang for long.
Yike!
I thought that we were going to do the whole, like, this will pick you into market.
Listen, never underestimate a species that have opposable claws.
Indeed.
And now you know why I wish for Tweety Bird's unrepentant death.
And that's why I was okay with Icky handling K. Rool from me there, just because I'm still trying to be nice and relaxed, even though James does not care for this level out of the bunch.
I really don't.
And I'm not happy being here. Not in the commentary group, mind you. I mean Gloomy Galleon, because it's too fucking gloomy.
Let's just get down to brass tacks, everybody. The Tag Anywhere mod really does this level a huge service to us, because otherwise this is probably one of the worst levels in the game in terms of all the back and forth.
Primarily in that you will see at numerous occasions one Kong's collectibles like rather abruptly change into another Kong's collectibles, so therefore prompting you to have to go through the same area over and over again. Like there's no like one designated. This is the chunky zone. This is the tiny zone, and that can lead to a lot of backtracking. But thankfully, Tag Anywhere makes that just simply a trivial, annoyance at best.
It is a complete non-issue.
Also, I may have mentioned before how Frantic Factory was like where the lighting really got obnoxious. I forgot that Gloomy Galleon exists, because the lighting here can get atrociously dark.
It can, for sure.
Well, it's gloomy.
Like, one section in particular I know is actually going to be pretty bad about it once we start up the Lighthouse.
How'd you know it was that chest?
That was one way to open and unlock a chest.
But wait, there's more! Like a pair of headphones!
Yay,
Fair
free
enough.
recharge.
Appreciate it.
And in here we'll find a captive.
Oh, I was hoping that would just be a Kremling in the barrel.
I forgot if this was the case or not. Oh, by the way, another really fun detail that the randomizer does with the banana fairies, having now completed my run of it, is when you're taking photos of the banana fairy, the minute you take the photo, it will immediately tell you if you got it or not, without having to wait for the film to develop.
Oh, thank God.
That's good.
And then the other thing that was actually quite interesting was, for the sake of the randomizer, when it came time to the Blastomatic and spoilers ahead of time, the K. Rool boss fight, it actually was randomized which Kongs, like, of the... Are there 5 or 6?
There's 5.
Of the total 5 Kongs, I only had to do 3 of the 5 rounds, and there was actually random which order, so I literally started with Chunky Kong, then did Donkeys, and then Diddy, and that was my final boss fight.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's wild, but it's very neat randomizer. Anywho, speaking of a random
Critter
rampage,
Carnage!
Why did I do that?
I was supposed to say he just wanted to take it like a champ.
One to give
Let 'em
crowd
have
something to cheer for it will be their last.
Thankfully, it's just critters we're having to worry about, so this isn't going to be a problem.
Was there ever a Kremling offshoot called the Creatures?
Not that I can recall.
Or Cretins?
Cretins? I don't think so.
I'm sure Corol's called a lot of them cretins.
I would like that. You remind me of a silly meme, Mickey.
Which one?
I'm so excited for this movie, I exclaimed to myself. Little did I know that the movie was a feature. A creature feature.
Oh
Featuring-
no!
Featuring the creature. That was it.
Where's the dramatic lightning strike?
Oh, whoops. Wrong Kong.
Oh, we couldn't afford that, but we have a vine boom instead if you'll accept that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, James.
So, Cranky's here too. Unfortunately, since technically this is among the same tier as Frantic Factory, we're not going to get any new potions here. But he'll invite us to play Jetpack again, which I say
No.
9.
9?
That'll do. Come on and see me at the next
Well,
level.
buzz off there, cheeky, and don't forget your hat pin too.
I have one of those?
Apparently, new report from corporate. You gotta wear it now. It's a
Can't
sponsorship
wear the
deal.
Nintendo hat anymore.
And
Nintendo's
wipe
illegal.
off that silly old Nintendo logo off your hat.
Or paint over it in red.
Sorry, Diddy, but report came back, and we really could use the marketing boost from Chiquita Bananas. So you have to wear this Chiquita banana pin on your hat at all times now.
Is it a Chiquita banana pin?
Well, no, I think it's just his initials on the pin.
Or maybe it's a Dole banana.
No, we already got that with returns.
Aw.
Wait, we did?
I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I remember, was it Dole that they, like, cross-promote with to promote returns?
I think it was Chiquita.
It was either Chiquita or... Yeah, it definitely wasn't Dole.
Man, this Crisplat is just
fuck
having
this.
none of it.
Some smooth jazz ought to improve his mood. Where
Where'd it
is
go?
he?
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, every time you use your instrument, all the enemies are literally skybound. Which I'm convinced it's only like that just so that they're not visible when you're actually playing the instrument.
Random,
Yes,
Still,
Yes,
that
you
was
do.
incredibly funny.
Go ahead, Hype.
random dumb headcanon, now that I'm reminded that her instrument is a saxophone. Tiny Kong if she was voiced by Lisa Simpson.
It wouldn't be ill-fitting.
You mean Yarly Smith?
I mean, I could see that. Then who would voice Dixie?
Bart Simpson?
No.
I could see that more being Diddy.
Oh, if not Diddy, like I always subscribe to the idea of like if Junior were ever to be in the Mario movies, that Nancy Cartwright would be like a good fit for Junior. As for Diddy, one thought that I've had in my mind occasionally is that like for some reason I really like the idea of Ben Diskin being Diddy, like specifically if he used his number 2 voice.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Can he still do the voice?
I don't know why he wouldn't.
Would you accept? Oh yeah, welcome to. As you go with the name, welcome to the swimming level.
You are a pie rat.
What?
It's a Siva Gunner rip from years ago where
Oh my gosh!
it was Gloomy Galleon mixed with the fucking Yarhar Fiddly Dee.
Do what you
pirate.
want because a pirate is free.
So, your heart.
No, but it was it was literally just for words. You are a pirate. You are a pirate. You are
Just
a
over and
pirate.
over and over again. Aw.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely
Oh,
surprised that.
shit.
Oh, what's
I
up?
forgot that's what activated it. Well, better hoof it.
What is it? What? Oh,
Timer.
Guard.
No, just.
Oh,
yeah,
actually,
it's
wait a
the
minute. You know what? Never mind. I can't do that right now because the way to that other entryway is locked by another gate, which will require other Kongs to open. And if I start doing that now, the timer's going to reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the way he swims.
Graceful like a dolphin.
More like a manatee, just like hoofing it.
So what can we do with this button?
these two buttons on this here particular landmass raises the water level, or lowers it if you feel like.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's the water temple.
Is there ever a reason why you would want the water to not be raised?
There's some things that will require the water to be lowered, especially in the second half of the area.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yes, there you go. See, it's all... Oh, that's right. Now we're introduced to these clobber nuts. These bastards, which you can only kill either with the supercharge or an instrument.
Ow.
You can't kill them with oranges?
They will swap them away.
Yeah, they're too clever.
That's right. I need Diddy for this.
You can't lock a velociraptor out of the room. They're too smart.
I beg to differ. Well, you see, the other velociraptors and I have constructed a crude flotation device to Venezuela, wherein I shall lay low and take up odd jobs under the name Mr. Pennington. But perhaps I've said too much.
You know what? Before I do that,
I
just realized that, for all things considered, there's really only one other thing I can immediately think of that requires the water to be lowered, and I think we've already covered it. So, let's go ahead and do one other thing that will require the water to be lowered, and then for the rest of our time here, we'll keep the water raised.
I will say, though...
I was going to say, if I were you, I would get that banana port pad on the lighthouse before we forget.
I will say this about Gloomy Galleon, though. I love the use of coloration around, like, this lighthouse specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the stone? Or
yeah, like, it really sells the idea that, like, you know, it's the shining beacon, literally, of this fucking turgid level.
Oh, for sure. Now be careful. Okay.
Also, sunset's really nice.
It is.
I like these
It's not
sunsets.
going to last, unfortunately.
I always feel so bad. Like, DK does not seem to be having any fun on these barrels.
Would you?
Well, like, he seems to, like, go through them with such relative ease in the other games, but, like, here he feels like he would rather be anywhere else.
I mean, these barrels have the bright red and yellow blammo mark on it. That means they're bootleg barrels, and they actually, like, don't protect against,
Copyright infringement?
Whiplash.
Oh. That would also be important. Alright, gotta make a long shot now.
And I also forgot this banana here, so good thing I came back.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah, that's right. Now we're starting to get to the point where these barrel things act more like mazes.
Yeah, there's no marker telling you which way you have to go.
Now we're really doing a bramble blast, but without the brambles.
Easy does it.
Pie rat, you are.
Oh.
Pie
Nice.
rat.
Oh.
A pie
Good call.
rat.
Yeah, pie rat,
Well
you
done.
are.
I'm trying to think of like when you say
The
pie rats
seal.
like that, but but just when you see pie rat like that, now I'm just thinking of like a rat that goes like from pie factory to pie factory, stealing all their wares.
Oh, so Emil.
Why not?
When he falls in love with one of them, that's how you get a pyromaniac.
Oh. No, that's a pie rat maniac.
Oh, or a pyromancer.
Pie rat mancer.
So, a pie made of rats?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah,
Just
rat
for
rats.
now. We'll be back here later.
I never considered this.
Well, now you have. Don't you feel smart?
Amazing.
What?
I am so smart. I am so smart.
This technology we have, ladies and gentlemen.
Becker's
make
plot
pie
has a
rats.
case of the mid-age. Or midlife crisis.
Oh, right, because the white hair.
Let's dive
Well-
on in.
Unless it's like platinum blonde.
You know
Actually, it's
he
coral
isn't.
blue number.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
So what is it about water levels that tends to, like, 9 out of 10 times just suck ass?
It's really the controls.
Yeah, typically in these games, swimming is one of the slower ways of like navigating compared to just running and jumping and stuff.
I wouldn't even
Like,
say just slow. It also can sometimes just feel real cumbersome.
I can count on probably one hand the amount of times a platformer has had like very solid swimming controls that like genuinely feel as fun to control at all times. One of them
Ouch.
being
Oh, hey,
being
DKC2
Rayman.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably the Rayman platformers have had the best swimming controls.
Well, Origins and Legends in particular, and honestly, I think Tropical Freeze also doesn't have too bad swimming either.
Well, in
That's
those
true.
cases, you're focusing on a 2D environment rather than a 3D one.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh boy.
Oh, once more.
Boy, this again.
You know what? I'll give one to Rystar. I think that game has some pretty decent swimming controls.
And that one was good too.
Someone wake up the orchestra.
This is exactly what the inside of my head sounds like when I'm playing slot machines.
You just see bananas, fruits, coconuts,
Peanut smells or whatever.
full bananas.
Oh my gosh, that was
There we
very
go.
scary.
They're awake now.
Oh my gosh,
They
that was
are
very
not
scary.
getting their extra lunch.
Oh, and thankfully we have this fish with a flashlight on its head.
Yeah.
Is that a fish?
Yeah, it's a fish.
Looks like a fucking tadpole.
And thankfully, the DKs of this particular game were not
Need
yet
not
educated. Well, they were not educated as they were in Tropical Freeze. They still remain stupid enough to not know they need oxygen to breathe.
There's Funky Spat in case you forgot to get your ammo belt. And this right here is the Sea Cucumber Cactus of Legend, because this is where most of your... Basically, we're going to be coming back here a lot to open up the other pathways to the other parts of those sunken ships.
Why
Speaking of which,
is there a cactus here?
Not sure. Maybe this whole place used to be a desert.
I love
Maybe.
world building lore.
Visual environmental storytelling at its grandest.
But what's the story it's telling?
Donkey Kong 64 is the Citizen Kane of Nintendo 64.
Citizens Kane.
And you may quote me on this.
I'm just saying, like, the intricate discussions of life between Chunky and Lanky, like, it's pure cinema. This is why Nintendo doesn't focus on story anymore, because they know they cannot top that scene.
Lanky Kong represents the human will and dream by having a funny face.
Whereas Chunky
his
Kong
deathbed.
represents...
At his deathbed, Cranky Kong lifted up a snow globe and said, "Bluster!" and dropped it.
I will accept that. Hype, you have the floor.
I don't think I can top that one either.
Audiences around the world shed a tear the moment that in the Donkey Kong movie where Eddie the Mean Old Yeti said, "Thief neef snack."
Oh, the amount of thunderous applause when he Yeti the Mean-Old Yeti'd all over the screen.
So why do they call you Eddie the Mean Old Yeti?
I don't know.
Because I'm mean?
Collect all the
I'll
coins,
admit
but
that's
watch
just...
out.
I'll admit that's just funny. Just like the very short abrupt of I don't know, just before the scream.
Yeah, there's like, oh, that's why.
9 out of 10 dentists agree. Gloomy Galleon is the Galleon of Gloomy.
Oh, I thought you were about to do the Who's Line joke of 9 out of 10 dentists agree the 10th one really needs to chill out.
Yeah, like, seriously, dude.
Get with the program.
Who made him fucking Department of HHS?
Oh, come on. There you go.
Be careful, because one whack from these starfish and you're practically a goner.
Apparently, the starfish are called shurikens.
I mean, I guess they do spin around like shurikens, so fair, I guess.
Oh, dude. All I'm saying is that
Oh my god!
he was so amazed that you completed that bonus challenge, James, that he could not comprehend life.
No, he was. You know what he was? He was a practitioner of the phrase "monkey see, monkey do."
I can't believe it.
Monkey
This is
see,
why... No, you first.
Just the whole monkey see, monkey do, monkey make mincemeat of you.
This is why we do not teach pufferfish lessons. Their
Remember
brains
the fucking
cannot
Powerpuff Girls
comprehend.
episode where it was just nothing but Mojo Jojo just trying to do that plan with turning everybody into dogs.
Maybe.
And so he
Okay.
goes frame by frame throughout the episode. It's forgetting how this time his plan won't fail.
Oh.
I forgot about that episode.
Like, he literally takes out a VHS tape of the previous time he did that plan.
Oh, to follow through it.
Yeah. And literally, like, just goes and shows the entire thing to the girls.
I remember the episode, or... It wasn't an episode, it was a, one of those cartoon music videos again. But this time, it was, for whatever reason, it was, who voices Mojo Jojo again?
Roger L. Jackson.
It was, of all things, Roger L. Jackson doing a cover of Tears for Fears' Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Huh.
While all the villains are fighting the Powerpuff Girls and he just goes away on a vacation. Let me double check to make sure that Tears for Fears were the ones who performed that.
It was.
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay. Because I like that song a lot. I was
Everybody
disappointed.
Because everybody wants to rule the world.
That scared me very much. Don't do that again.
I really should have seen that coming.
But yes, I remembered very much Hello Tromboner. I remembered that very much because spoken like a true tromboner. And I was disappointed that...
Thromambular.
No, that's his sister. So the issue though was that I was bummed because there's this really fun ride over in Florida known as Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and that song is one of the songs that can play when you're on the ride. And of the multiple times that I wanted to take my father on that ride because he likes that song and I like that song, a lot of people like that song. That's why I was in the ride anyway. We never did get it to play because it's random whichever song that they play on those rides.
Darn.
So is it implied that this ship is in fact the same one from DKC2?
Not. It could be. I mean, granted, there's another sunken ship we'll be encountering a little later, so it's hard to say which one's the real one.
It's part of it.
I mean, you could have had a spare.
No, part of it's
That's
tricky.
true. And then that got sunk too.
I don't know. Honestly, I think part of it is tricky, because I think part of the issue is they sailed that ship all the way to Kremlin Isle, or Isle de la Creme, Crocodile Isle, and then I assume they took Captain K. Rool's airship back to the island after that. So my assumption is that the Galleon is still there next to Crocodile Isle and nowhere near DK-64 Isle.
But Crocodile Isle sank at the end of the game.
Checkmate.
We need to find a lore video to explain the details.
Logan, you know what you just reminded me of like that brief moment of silence. But John Prep Course died 10 years ago.
Oh. Where's that from?
It shows him floating down the highway.
Like he's just floating dead?
No! You've seen that episode of Clone High, right?
Oh, I'll say I have seen it. I've seen all of
It's
season
the one
one.
with the sleep deprivation and the car race.
I will say I have seen all of season 1 probably 9 to 12 years ago.
We ought to remedy that.
That's what I'm saying.
Again.
I know. I was in the middle of showing it to Steve for the first time ever.
It's like,
Really?
Icky, you know what you have to do.
I do?
So I just remember that from, I think it was the second episode, where like A pulls out the $5 bill, and then the $5 bill says, "You know what you have to do. You're right."
The ADD ADHD episode.
That's a good one. I still love the joke of Gandhi, like, oh man, this is heavy. I need to think about this for a bit.
It just stands there for a while.
I still need to have Hype draw that of Johnny from Mario RPG, and how after a great big battle, that was immediately what he did afterwards was like stare out the window.
Just do a shitty MS Paint edit of that scene, just drawn as Johnny.
Well, was that something we talked about in the commentary? I might have
Yes,
forgotten
we
about
did.
that.
I should say I don't know if I purposefully tasked you with doing anything about it, but I remember that was something that like made me chuckle a bit was we completed the super boss against Johnny, and immediately after finishing the fight, it immediately, like, the next time we see him, he is staring out the window longingly. And
No,
it
he's
just
staring
made me
at the
think-
sunset.
No.
Well, the sunset was at
is
the end
during
of the game. We're
credits.
talking about like
Oh.
where he was like right after you beat him in his fight.
Oh,
Just
right, he
looking
just
out the
goes to the
porthole.
window and stares out.
Right, and that's what it reminded me of. And this fairy is
Oh,
Nope,
I
still
saw a
I still hear
skeleton.
ringing.
James. I think I saw a ghost in the photo you took.
He did?
Yep.
How are you
Wait
supposed
for
to
it.
get a photo of this stupid thing? It's behind
Usually
bars!
Usually you're supposed to go inside the cell, but I don't know if we know how to get in there yet.
I don't think there is a way inside this cell.
Are you serious?
see.
well, there's a
Unless you could just
key.
suddenly open this cage up, but it's like, nope. And I don't see no holes anywhere around here.
While taking
That is-
high-definition photos with his
Oh!
Polaroid
Oh, wait, was
camera,
that it?
Tiny Kong unknowingly found a
Come on, it was
picture
clearly in there.
there.
of a bunch of spiritual orbs floating around in the photo. We didn't see these in real time, but the photos made it extremely evident that we were in the presence of another spirit.
Right here you can see nice. Right here you can see the moment when demonic orbs flew inside Tiny Kong's mouth.
I think those are bubbles.
That
Oh, the fucking spirit orbs.
well, it was a mixture of that mixed with Icky just reminded me of another Oni Plays gag. Well, not even a gag. It was a real story that happened where Zach, Psychic Pebbles from Smiling Friends. I realize I introduce him the exact same way every time because I don't know how many people know Zach. But yes, that's Zach. He told the story about how he and a group of friends went to see a horribly rated psychic in LA, like to basically pretend to actually believe in psychic
Just to
readings
fuck
and
with the
stuff,
psychic.
more or less. And the way he described it was that like I walked in and like and I told her the story about how like I was in Louisiana and some evil orbs flew in my mouth, and she of course bought it all and kept feeding into it because she wanted to have that like engagement. And like she put her hand on Zach's and said, "You have a demon attached to you," and like and there was just like the fact of like Zach was trying so hard to keep a straight face the entire time as
Like to play the
they,
entire bit straight.
they tried to convince her that Mothman was real and that like the horrible like premonitions and whatnot were all to be believed, and like
Way to get a woman's hopes up, Logan.
so anyway, this is you're right. I should really be more considerate about what people who like prey upon other people's is like mixture of ignorance mixed with like feelings of longing
Like
to like know the
genuine
truth and
emotional
stuff.
belief.
Because I've seen some people where it gets really like I don't know. Oh boy,
Oh boy.
I don't remember if this is the one where they start really speeding up.
I know by
but,
Creepy
we'll
Castle you
find out.
definitely do. So let's find out. And if so, James is gonna have to rely on the old tech.
Okay, thankfully this is the one. But
Okay, good.
we will be seeing that version fairly soon.
So what happens if you shoot any of the Kongs?
Basically you have to it adds to the hit meter.
Oh.
So say it's 6 right now. If I hit a Kong, it goes back to 7.
Oh, that stinks.
Can I just say I just love, like, whenever the Kongs appear, like, if you look at Diddy, like, his head just, like...
It's a cartoonish gag.
Ooh!
I
Did
want.
he saw something naughty on the internet?
He goes yowza awooga.
My lord. Why does Tiny Kong look like she does like a gang sign, like a breakdancing like yo-yo when she freaks out?
Because she probably do.
You know what? That's fair. This is gang territory, Pinocchio. So, anyway,
God damn it.
I enjoy that person's work. So in any case, no, and I know Penn and Teller's bullshit did a whole episode on that of like some psychics that like you pay them top dollar and they're claiming that they can like help you communicate with like past loved ones and stuff, and like I don't know, like it's there are like two halves of me where like I see a chunk of it that's like, okay, fair enough. Like, if it works, like, you're providing people emotional, resolution and, like, closure of, like, this is, maybe they don't feel as, like, anxious or upset about things, but, like, there's also an element of it where it feels like it's emotional manipulation for money. Taking someone's hope to communicate with somebody they lost, all with the ulterior motive of this is how you get paid, like hundreds of dollars.
But I will give it at least this. I mean, for one, I myself kind of feel a little bit spiritual. I'd like to think that there's something more out there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, while we're on this floating rock, we do need emotional validation every now and then.
I think there are two statements. I feel like those two statements can both be true. Where, like, you can be spiritual, but like I can be spiritual, but I don't believe, like, if the spirits are there, I don't believe like any one person is granted the privilege of being able to, like, pierce the veil and stuff like that. I feel like we're all kind of in the same boat together of, like, a general sense of, like, unknowing and the fuck. Why does Lanky can't get to be the one who gets to be on guard? I want to be on guard.
Because he's the funny one.
Yeah, this I never understood either. Like, considering these, like, there's this, and then there's Ramby's crate deck and Jungle Japes, and it's like,
why only
what's
them?
the point of making them character specific?
Also, I hope you're all happy.
I mean, granted,
because,
he has a very funny theme.
Also, I hope you're happy because. Also, I hope you're happy because even though On Guard is my favorite, I think this is the only other time we ever get to, like, I think there are only 2 instances in the entire game where they have the animal buddies show up.
Yep. This being the last one.
Though, On Guard's credit, he does have a crate in both sections of Gloomy Galleon.
Nice.
He looks shiny.
I mean, he is shiny. He's a fish.
He a dolphin.
It's not a dolphin. It's a swordfish.
It's a marlin.
It's a marlin. Oh, there you are.
He's a marlin weigh-in.
I wonder if there were ever any, like, files to, like, you know what? No, we're gonna go. I'm bored and I'm doing this voice. If they were to actually render and have the animal buddies have more, representation in this game, which animal buddy do you think would go for each Kong? So let's say, like, you got DK with Ramby, assuming anybody else can become Ramby, or if it's just DK, and Lanky Kong here turning into On Guard. Who do you think Diddy would turn into?
Squitter.
I was thinking Chunky Kong would be Squitter.
Nah, Chunky I would see more as Ellie.
But
Ellie's
a girl.
Yeah.
So, what's funny is that, like, if not...
On Guard's non-binary, but Lanky Kong gets to be On Guard.
Anyway, if not Squitter, I was thinking Diddy could be Ratley.
Oh,
Ooh.
that actually would make sense,
snake.
because the bouncy tail, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For a second I was like, wait, when was there a rat?
And let me see, Tiny could probably be Espresso.
But that would just make one of Lanky Kong's abilities kind of redundant.
Okay, how about Squawks? Or the one that, like, picks up stuff?
Well, Squawks is technically already in the game.
That would just make Diddy Kong's barrel thing, the jetpack, redundant too.
And I could see then why maybe the animal buddies were decided to be more phased out and stuff after that.
In anything, I'm kind of surprised they even made it to the... I'm surprised Ramby and On Guard even made it to begin with, considering how little they have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the representation, but yeah, no, they probably weren't, like, required.
I could do this now, couldn't I?
It really makes you
And
wonder,
no one
like...
would notice.
It really does make you wonder, though, because I think because of, like, a couple of, like, little tidbits that, like, people pointed out in, like, screenshots and videos, that, like, there's a good chance that, at the very least, Ramby might be playable in Bonanza. Makes me wonder what the possibility of, like, other animal buddies, if any, would show up in Bonanza if they decide to bring them back in.
Diddy Kong.
I say Winky only because he has the funniest name.
At the same time, when was the last time Winky was relevant?
Donkey Kong Country 2?
I mean, Ratley's just a better Winky.
I mean, yeah, Ratley, for all intents and purposes, is a much nicer to control Winky. Otherwise, though...
But he sounds like a camel whenever he gets hurt.
I want Rango Tan.
Rango Tan?
Actually, Before I forget, there's no real need to keep the water submerged any longer. Let's just raise it up.
Is it Rangotan? I forgot what was the name of the evil orangutans in the
Manky
first.
Kong.
Manky Kong.
He's not a friend, he's a foe.
Yes, but now we get to control him.
You know what? Maybe the giant ape from Voidco that has like the axe. Maybe he's a redesigned Manky Kong.
Or just another unrelated member of the species.
I hear someone's hungry. Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, and I already fed him his last meal.
The orange grenade's too much, even for a hungry boy like you.
I briefly forgot that there's a section within the Lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's a rare game. They always love putting, like, bonus levels inside of every little thing.
But my question is, where's Willem Dafoe and why isn't Robert Pattinson killing him?
I don't know.
Also, hey, this is just Mario 64.
And, I mean,
Yeah.
it's because Icky has the mermaid, like, figurine thingy. It makes him feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Who has the mermaid figurine, Pattinson or Dafoe?
Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson did. He stole it from Willem Dafoe after he tried to get the mermaid's curse.
Yeah. Willem
I've seen
Dafoe
Lighthouse.
is called Dafoe for a reason.
Why can't he ever be our Willem Defriend?
I have seen that
Good
image
question.
before. Where it's two images of Willem Dafoe, one with him frowning, one with him smiling.
There's that. I think one of my favorite Dafoe gags is still from one of the earlier It's Just a Random Guy videos, where Joker was making fun of Dafoe as an actor, and Green Goblin just pelts him with bombs, and he goes, "You mess with Dafoe, you gots to go."
Hold up a second, was the lighting always this dark before?
When you activate the lighthouse, yes.
And it remains turned on, so... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
Yep.
This sign, the lighthouse controls the weather, Icky. Oh look, a balloon.
Yeah, look at that.
I thought it was Putch that controlled the weather.
Can you shoot the clumps without, actually killing them? Can you shoot them dead is what I'm trying to say.
No, they can only be defeated with oranges or...
Or the power of rock and roll.
Yeah. And your other stronger abilities.
We built DK Isle on rock and roll.
Dismissed.
911, I would like to report a murder.
I remember being so confused when I watched the Donkey Kong Country cartoon and there was only one Crusher and one Clump.
Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
they only did that just to make them actually stand out.
the budget, affected a lot of people.
And the budget, yes.
Were there even Kremlins
And
in...
the motion capture.
Oh yeah, there were critters.
They're critters. They were treated more as like your typical
Multi-purpose
goons.
goons.
Yeah.
And claptraps.
What
Well, the
about...
claptraps were weird because there was one that had its teeth missing,
Oh yeah, because Scurvy took his teeth.
and they were treated like termites.
Right. The actual claptrap who lost his dentures was like the outlier of a lot of them. It was like he was huge.
And he sang a dumbass song.
I got that. Oh crap! I forgot about this.
There's a big un.
Oh no.
Go time.
The mechanical fish!
Oh! You should have kept his feet straight.
So how are we meant to do battle?
This is a weird and...
Yeah, this particular mission, not one of my favorites. In
It's
fact, I want to say either on my first or second full playthrough of Donkey Kong 64, this is like the last golden banana I was missing.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do we do battle?
Well, we're going to have to be, we're going to have to act as bait.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Roll credits.
I wonder if this thing was reused for Banjo-Tooie, actually.
It could have.
Now here's a bit of a weird puzzle.
Not really a puzzle, you just gotta hit the heart lights.
The heart valves. Also, I just realized there's one that says sneeze and the other one says... Wait, what does the other one say?
Sneeze and alert.
Sneeze and alert?
Yes.
Yeah. Alert! Alert!
How many times do you have to hit each valve?
Twice.
Okay.
When I was playing this mission on the Nintendo 64 version, I remember shooting all the things, but the timer didn't stop.
I guess maybe, like, what, were you, like, practically, like, right at the end of the time?
No, I mean, like, I did what the mission requires you to do. Also, you were rocking way up and down. It's actually kind of getting a little bit wracking.
Well, don't blame me. Blame the game.
Oh. I thought you were on, like, a floating platform in water or something, but...
Oh, wait.
Technically, I'm on a raft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think no matter what, you're always going to cut it close.
Yeah,
This
considering you're
fan
at the
cycles
mercy
are-
of this fan.
Yeah, I don't like this fan cycles.
Uh-oh.
Can you
Here
can you
comes the
shoot it?
bee!
Can you shoot it at any time, even when it's spinning, or no? Too fast?
No, you got to wait for the fan to stop.
Well, there you go.
Alright!
There we go. I mean, once you figure out the pattern, it's really not that bad. It's just a matter of fact, though, that it is a little tedious.
You gotta answer it because this fish is gonna blow.
Thankfully, the game will do that for us.
Oh, where'd the fish go?
I think it
He
died.
Where? Where's his corpse?
Wouldn't you like to know, water boy?
Habeas corpus, damn it!
Oh,
Still matters. At the time of this recording.
Boom.
I don't like it when I get too real on these things.
It happens. Sometimes you kind of just, sometimes you just say before you think these things over. But yeah, we're still in the gloomy Galleon. It's still It's still gloomy, and it's a Galleon.
I need to get myself one of those 10 Galleon hats.
And we even made our own 10-gallon hats.
I remember being so confused by the giant barbecues joke.
Oh!
It's like, what's a Barbie? Also,
Yeah, that's
this-
one of those things that kids aren't immediately gonna get.
Also, that's gotta be the Gangplank Galleon.
Yeah, I mean, it's got Cruel's ugly mug on it.
As well as our ugly mug on it.
It's definitely a lot smaller than it used to be.
Who's the ugly mug? Oh! Ooh.
Oh, there it goes.
There it is.
Again, another instance of the dynamic lighting pulling a lot of weight here.
Yeah. Again, Rare really knew what they were doing when it came to like their coloring and lighting practices. It's just a shame that it kind of came with the cost of some, you know, it's hard to see shit sometimes.
It's so fucking dark.
But it's not every day that in this generation did you actually see like lighting of this magnitude. Like this is normally the kind of stuff that nowadays people use like more dynamic features in order to pull off, whether it be ray tracing or whatnot.
I still don't understand what ray tracing does.
Basically, realistic reflections on mirror-like surfaces.
Huh.
It's a bit of a complicated setup.
Yeah, basically, it's a little extra frill that, like, honestly, I would say is about as necessary as frame rates higher than 60.
What a frill.
Yeah. Now then, you may be thinking that's all we gotta do with this here Galleon,
No,
but turns out, not quite.
because you see, what lies within the Galleon? But ship, what is it?
Oh, boy.
Seasickness?
Well, we haven't got to that point yet, but yeah, we are literally inside the hull of the Gangplank Galleon with a whole bunch of cannon fire, which is pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's so self-destructive in here.
Yeah? It's amazing that this whole ship isn't full of holes by now.
I mean, granted, the cannons are shooting at themselves.
I think there's, like, one green thing that you missed in that pile there.
Yeah, on like the backside of the
Yeah, see?
barrels.
Oh,
Now, for 100% completion, do you need every single coin?
nope, and thank God, because these things are very spread out.
The only things that count for 100% completion are the gold bananas, right?
golden bananas, banana medals, banana fairies, and blue plates.
Ow.
I guess, honestly, it'd be much easier to say what is required.
Well, what isn't required?
Seasickness, for a start.
Oh, no!
While you're seasick, your controls are inverted. Likely you can still jump and attack while in this state, but otherwise, and you also do that too, so, you know, not the worst thing in the world.
Silver.
Oh boy. But yeah, basically the only things that aren't required for 100% completion are the smaller bananas and the banana bunch coins. Everything else, more or less, still applies. Now then, how about we do something about that there that lovely little Unguard picture over there?
Sure. Oh, what do we do with it?
Well, first we're actually going to call out Unguard.
Yoo-hoo!
You ready to come out of your box, Mr. Unguard?
No!
Well, too bad.
Well, too bad. Too bad! Hoopa!
No! And then they fuse together.
I feel violated.
Fusion
I feel
Warhead.
mutated.
That does remind me, I'm probably gonna have to use Unguard one more time because there's a whole bunch of chests at the in the other section that's full of stuff.
If there were ever an HD remake of this game, I would love for them to justify the animal transformations as, like, the characters putting on costumes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's really no different than in the Donkey Kong Country sequels, where like there were like barrels with their faces on, and you just suddenly transformed into those characters as opposed to ride them.
I forget. Can you collect items when you're in this form?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, never mind.
Because he doesn't count as a Kong.
Doesn't count as a Kong, unfortunately. Everything is translucent to us.
Everything is a suggestion to the swordfish. So what else can we find in the depths?
A golden banana!
A banana.
That I can't pick up.
Oh, for God's sakes!
He has no hands.
Well, you know the drill.
That's infuriating. And On Guard is plenty big enough for that hole.
Actually, why am I wasting everyone's time? Let's just do that shit ourselves.
Okay. Donkey Kong.
And you know what, while we're still here...
Yeah, because I know
let's
there's
go pay a visit to... Good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, picking up all the stuff that we weren't able to get while we were on guard. But what were you about to say?
I was also going to say, it's about high time we paid the deepest denizen of the sea a visit.
Probably a good idea.
The deepest denizen of the sea, you say?
Yeah, because let's just say she could use a little bit of company.
She, you say?
No, he said
I
she.
said she.
I said she.
No, you said
You said
he.
he.
No, I said she.
Well, she looks like she's sad.
He, she, me, Wumbo?
Now we have the mermaid here who has a request for us.
I need to find Ariel.
What?
I don't know. Can't you believe it, Tiny? The reptiles have stolen my precious pearls and locked them inside a giant treasure chest. I know you're really busy, but please try and get them back. Boo-hoo!
Man, Rare really had a thing for the big bazongas back then.
Rareware had a big thing for, like, inexplicably human-ish characters in funny Kong game.
Yeah, and a Bear and Bird game, as noted by the ending.
Right.
The Humbus of Wumbus.
That and also the girl with the tray of melons.
There's that, and also like a Grunty's transformation. Should you get the bad ending?
Yes.
I mean, doesn't Grunty count, like, before that? As a human?
Well, I mean, she's human, yeah, but...
Unless Witch is just a different species.
Well, no, the thing is that, like, you could argue that, like, she's cartoony enough to where she can get away with fitting along with all the other freaks in the world.
That was oddly derogatory.
Oh, she revels in that kind of stuff. I mean, you've heard the stuff that Bruntilda says.
Yeah. It sounded like... I didn't get anything else out of that, though. It's like Boomhauer when he's trying to talk to his mom. Where did Logan go?
That's a very good question.
I guess he had to, like, BRB to do some family stuff.
Yeah, he did say he was on a bit of a... He did say earlier he was on a bit of a time crunch.
Oh.
It just would be hella awkward if it just suddenly happened, where it was, like, right now, where he had to, like, duck out on us.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, was that him right there, or was that you, Hype?
Oh, that was me.
Oh. You sounded oddly like Logan there.
Oh, I said right, but that was it.
Oh, there he is.
There he is! Where the fuck have you been?
Listening, biding my time, observing.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You don't understand, Nikki. He was there from the beginning.
He was there from the beginning.
You know what? With friends like Logan, who needs AI anyway?
Yeah.
Now that's a backhanded compliment if I heard one.
Wow. Listen, I may not be able. Listen, I may not be able to draw a picture of a kitten playing electric guitar while skydiving off of Mount Rushmore like an AI can, but I like to think, and vaping,
and smoking a vape.
You know what? Backing up onto something more interesting, because
Hmm?
I know we were talking about earlier, like reboots and stuff, actually no, that was just my head.
Were we talking about reboots?
Well, catching everybody up then.
Well, I know we kind of talked about a reboot or two last part.
Oh, right.
What I was thinking out loud is now that we have like confirmation of the King of the Hill reboot on Hulu and stuff, or revival.
Isn't that something that they were like teasing for like a while now?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's been in the works for a while now.
Well, since it looks pretty...
Because the most I immediately remember is that Bobby actually grew up to land a pretty sweet gig.
Apparently.
Yeah. Allegedly, if the finale of the original series was anything to go by.
So, with that promotional thing going on, like, and since we brought it up earlier, Hype and I earlier, I'm still putting it on the table. If it was like 2D animated, at least, I am on board with a Critic revival.
The Critic?
Yeah, the critic, which, I mean, I feel like, I know that's something the creator wants to do, I think his actor is too. My only critique is that, like, I feel like, considering how, like, a lot of reboots are nowadays, like, I mean, obviously there's some really good outliers, but considering how a lot of them can sometimes either, like, miss the mark or just miss the point of some of the things they revive, there's a part of me that feels like Critic might fall into a similar camp where it might end up kind of falling for a lot of the same tropes the original show would usually make fun of.
I mean, it's also being self-aware in the original run's case, because there were many jokes where it's like, John Lovitz's character, the Critic, Jay Sherman,
yes.
Usually makes like a backhanded comment, and it's like, you know, making fun of something, but then doing it himself immediately after.
Yeah, typically showing the
like that's
human errors. And
that's
stuff.
just like a standard writing thing for the series, so it wouldn't be that out of place or too ridiculous nowadays.
It's true. I see you, but I see you're concerned if it would like begin to feel repetitive if every episode played out like that.
Well, not even so much that. I just mean so much a matter of, like, what if it's just not able to capture that same kind of, like, wit and spark that I had originally?
Well, my biggest... Well, if you're talking about King of the Hills reboot...
No, I'm talking about the critics.
Oh, well... Okay.
If it ever got one.
Oh, so a hypothetical.
Right.
Yes.
That's what we've been talking about for the past minute or two.
You know, I just realized we should make a podcast called Hype's Patheticals.
What? Hype, who do you think is pathetic?
Hype's Otheticals.
I feel like that's a conversation that's going to blow up in my face no matter how I answer it, Logan.
It's like, listen, I know how to spot a trap a mile away. I'm not gonna fall for it this time.
Well, don't you want the sponsorship deal or not?
Oh, also, you're gonna find that there's a couple balloons like this coming up in later levels where it really just feels like there's no rhyme or reason to how you shoot. Just spam and hope you get it.
Yeah.
They move way too fast for their own good.
Unfortunately. Just shoot all your shots and hope one of them lands.
That's just good life. That's just good life advice in general.
But honestly, like, you guys make that joke about a podcast thing. That is something I'm still not entirely against about, like, you know, if it ends up not being on James's channel, that's fine. But I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of, like, at least a good handful of us schmucks, like, on another channel just talking about various things, like, outside of, you know, just game commentary stuff, just topics that intrigue us. Like, say, for example, like, oh, what if there's, like, a particular, like, movie or game franchise that we want to talk about, but we can't find a way to, like, organically weave it into one of our commentaries? We could just do it there.
Oh. The schmucks after supper.
After what?
After supper.
Oh.
I mean, you know what that works? I was gonna say the schmucks after 6.
Oh, no. If you want to embrace the loopiness, it'd be the schmucks after 9.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, if we really want,
At one of our expense, I wonder which one.
if we want to start doing these like tangents and like Dead Man hours.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Deadman hours. I just know
hours.
that you guys have admitted that that's where you're kind of at your loopiest, and that's somehow where we get some of our funniest stuff to say.
Long may Captain Snoop rest in peace.
Ooh.
That was kind of how it started, yeah, with Captain Snoot.
Yeah, it was Captain Snoot, and then the fact that Bentley blew up his school with his science fair project.
They never did recover after that.
Well, at least
Hey,
got
I was
an A.
acquitted of all charges. It was not in my hands.
If the shell doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I would like to speak with my attorney. And then it's just Murray with a giant mustache.
Yes, hello, I am Bentley's attorney.
I'm just throwing this out there. If the Sly Cooper movie was just going to be what we got from DreamWorks as the bad guys, I think it would have done well.
I know, I can see it stylistically working.
Also, I'd just like to say for the record, hippos are not cannibals. We're just righteous fighters.
We're just fucking insane.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure, I forgot his name, but he's this one guy who, like, talks about, like, in a pretty chill voice like this, very, like, you know,
Frank?
direct to the point. No, not Frank, but Frank is funny, but there's this other guy, I need to look him up, but, he was either him or somebody else who came up with the nickname that, in actuality, hippopotamuses are basically murder horses.
I'm pretty sure that was Frank.
That is not Frank. Let me look it up real quick. Continue.
I mean, to be fair, like, Matt Time and again has always called them water bundies.
I mean, they're sociopaths through and through.
Oh yeah, and they're hella territorial.
They fling their shit at everything.
Those are monkeys.
No, the hippos do it too.
How? They don't have hands.
Only they have like a built-in fan.
You know, that just makes that one time where a whole gang of them nearly murdered a crocodile seem all the more vicious.
Yeah.
I'll have you know that those stereotypes are very offensive, and I will not stand for such bigotry.
Nice.
Oh, I
And
thought
also,
you said you were an attorney, not a hippo.
Also, I found it.
I could be two things at once. You want to fight about it?
Also, I found it. It's a YouTube channel who goes by the name of Casual Geographic.
Oh.
Casual Geographic. That's actually pretty good.
Like,
Are those starfish waving around gummy worms?
I think those are straws or
snorkels.
This is
or snorkels. Yeah.
This is a lesson on what pollution can do. Which, by the way, one of my favorite comics that I'm glad to continue supporting. I'm glad they finally have another physical release of it. Is Little Trash Maid. This is the part where
everyone's are worth 2 points.
Yes, they are.
This is the part where everyone thinks that I'm just
pissy.
crazy. Yes, it is. This is the part where everybody thinks I'm just crazy. No, the Little Trash Maid is actually this really nice, like, webcomic thingy that is all about environmentalism. and stuff. I'll find a couple images, and then a very neat thing they do is that for the most part all of their comics, when you order them, are printed on recycled paper.
What the hell hit you there?
The starfish.
No, the starfish was behind you.
So let me find a couple images here to advertise.
Like, I think I remember
about.
you posting some of the pictures on the Schmuck server.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the exit here?
Oh.
So here is the cover of Volume 1. I'll put in recordings chat over
I
here.
swear the starfish needs a layoff.
What the? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Plan B.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll do it.
I was afraid for a second. I was like, you know what? Cut the recording. We're doing this some other day.
Now we're already too far into it to scrap it.
Yeah, no, like, it's like, yeah, fuck this. We're officially canceling this project now. We're moving on to Banana.
I have an idea.
No, I don't want to.
Let's leave.
You say that as a joke, but to be fair, that almost happened to Conquer, and there's a part of me that still wanted to give you flack for that, but I understand that, you know, it was pretty raw for you.
Yeah, no, like, that was pretty just, ugh.
I'm trying to remember what part of of Conquer that...
It was at the mansion.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, like, after when I just got my shit knocked left, right, and sideways to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to, take a breather.
You couldn't stand no more.
Exactly. Now for probably now then, how about we, partake in one of the more obnoxious, side missions in, Gloomy Galleon?
I remember this one. What the hell?
Break the targets!
That is a creepy-ass target. I'm not gonna lie.
Kinda looks like TT if he was stoned.
No, it's TT as if you were trying to say, "Kill me!"
Aww.
He's a creepy floating ghost target.
But yes, I would recommend looking it up online. It's a fun it is a fun
Oh, so
comic.
close.
Oh.
Yeah, I almost never get this on the first try.
I was about to say, because like up to that point, it seemed like you were doing perfectly fine.
Up until that point. Is usually when the target's further away or moving faster that gets really annoying.
That's how Chunky Kong does conflict mediation
Huh?
resolution.
Boy, he just chucks a cannonball at them.
Yep. One.
It's this way of getting people to stop arguing.
It's like, fellas, you both can have a cannonball to the face. What?
Okay.
Chucky don't like it when they fight.
Chunky pacifist.
Nice.
Which means
Jesus
Chunky
Christ, I didn't even
pacifist
try that shot.
to other.
It is the law, James. It is the law of Murphy.
The law of Murph.
One day I want to take Icky and James and other people's to Ghibli Park.
Oh yeah, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're about halfway done with Banana Collection.
Oh.
Halfway done?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it means
100 golden bananas!
Ooh.
Yo.
Rare.
I thought you meant like halfway done with.
this.
For a second, I was afraid you meant like halfway done collecting them in this world.
I was very scared. Rare, when designing this game, went, as scientists refer to it, as fucko mode, with how many of the main collectibles there are to find in the game.
You see, there's sicko mode, then there's fucko mode, and then there's Funko, which nobody really likes anymore.
Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The clobbers, whenever the clobber hits you, you lose 2 of your watermelon slices.
I mean, look at the size of that club. Like, I would imagine that does some damage.
Even though, I'll be honest, Icky, now, will I collect every one of them? No, that's insane. It's not
Will
necessary.
you unbox any of them?
Yes.
Good.
That's the point. I was so dedicated to unboxing them, I even unboxed the Banjo-Kazooie one, which, fun fact, you're not supposed to do.
Why
How
not?
much did it appreciate
Because-
its value?
Well, because it's because that one Where is Tiny? There you are. It's because that one in particular is actually designed to be, same with the Goofy movie one, it's designed to be one that has like its own little stand and like backdrop, like the adorable thing is that the Banjo-Kazooie Funko Pop is a Banjo reaching for the Jinjo and stuff, like on the cover of the game or whatever, and the backdrop is supposed to look like the rest of the art from the cover of that game. And so when I went to unbox it, come to find out, oh, this thing is like super glued to the bottom of this thing.
Have teeth.
And I had, and oh yeah, we need the pearls for the mermaid, yeah. And I had to actually use like a hammer. I had to and the box itself was like fully plastic and sealed shut. Like I had to utterly obliterate the box.
You had to free him
in order to free the banjo within. But like I don't know. I like the idea of like, oh, there's recognition stuff. Like right now, I've been really getting into U2s because they've actually been making some really solid figurines of like the Sony characters and stuff I grew up with.
Right.
Did they make any more Cookie Run Kingdom figurines?
I believe they did. I believe they had one for Golden Cheese and let me double check. I know you're gonna get Mystic Flower or not Mystic Flower. Shadow Milk when he comes out probably.
Why would you think I would get John Mulaney cookie?
Because you like him.
I mean, number one, that's very in character for something that Shadow Milk would say, because he's a fucking liar.
Correct, maybe.
Secondly, I forget what the second part was. But I'm
Alright,
going to look it up.
Let me see what they're doing. Okay, so recently they have not been doing figurines, but they've been really branching out into plushies.
Oh yeah, I see one for Ginger Brave, Chocolate Cake Hound, and Strawberry Cookie.
New ones that they've
Chocolate
basically
it's a little dog made of cake.
Basically treated like the Goomba of the Cookie Run universe.
The mascot enemy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The other thing recently they've been doing, Nikki, is they've been announcing new plushies. So those plushes are, one of them is Golden Cheese Cookie, Caramel Arrow Cookie, Pitaya Dragon. Looks like they're doing one for Shining Glitter and Madeline as well.
Yay, Shining Glitter!
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I'm looking at like the Google images, and they're like these non-Cookie Run characters, but as cookies, like. It's like Crew X Cookie Run Kingdom.
Yeah, again, it's a bit weird. I got the Holly Berry cookie figure though, and it was pretty fun.
You see, I would be more inclined to try and get these figurines if all of their eyes weren't just like closed.
I know, but that's I will give.
That's their gimmick.
But I will give it this, Icky. It's at least nicer to look at than the pop figure like void of like a dark like centered eye.
Void of nothing.
Right.
Damn.
Oh.
I thought I could evade the searchlight, but I guess not.
Oh heck! They made Oh wait, no. These are older figurines I'm looking at. They did like a crossover event with like I think a coffee shop.
Oops.
They made little figurines of Caramel Cho, Cream Ferret, and Milky Way Cookie. And they're all holding like coffee cups and wearing berets and whatever. It's very cute. I see we're being silent because we're sneaking around.
Oh, I'm surprised none of them were like, "Oh, did you hear that?"
Woo!
Ugh. Now comes the hard part of which of these three trails is the right one.
Did you hear something?
This is not the right way.
Nope, it does not. Turn around. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, good.
You know, at least here we can see the cross line of visibility, unlike in the randomizer.
Wait, you can't see it in the randomizer?
Oh, okay, cool. I can be full volume again. Yay.
Whoa, what happened to you? Where'd you... Oh!
Just in time.
Come on!
There you go. Alright, there you go. There's the loudest bit in the waveform for James. Basically, the whole time, basically somebody in the household is, they're doing an interview.
Oh, with me?
and it was via Teams, and it just happened to be right outside. So, fingers crossed. And of course it went well. And you know what the fun part about playing the randomizer, when unfortunately because of seasonal settings you need to have every enemy randomized? It means
Seasonal
Icky that
settings?
sometimes.
Seasonal settings?
So basically, there is a website program, this thing called DK64 Randomized, and unfortunately, and there is. Okay, cool. So there is coordination with Archipelago, and the issue is the Archipelago. It's still new, and there is no way to like actually like modify its settings fully. Where are we going, James?
I don't know. I forget which of these three pathways I'm supposed to take.
Well, just pick one.
Is the map randomized every time you play this minigame?
No.
No.
Oh.
Thankfully.
I guess it's just trial and error then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I think I'm going the right way because there's another croc guard there.
But basically the only way, like, at the moment you can't like modify the settings past the quote-unquote seasonal default, and for them currently the seasonal default is having the enemy randomizer turned on, which means sometimes you can just be playing and just
what does it mean by seasonal though?
I guess because once every couple of months they change what the current quote-unquote event is, and currently the event this season is have enemies randomized. Which unfortunately means these guys can be just found in any level, and if they see you in any level, it treats it as though you lost a life because they spotted you.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they treat it as if you lost all your health.
Oh.
Okay.
And it's complete with like the "you were caught" thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, not with the text, but the whole zoom in and stuff. Yeah. All right, I'm looking
That's
this
so
up.
stupid.
Who do you think they're talking to?
What do you mean?
Good question.
Are they talking? Oh, they're holding.
Walkie-talkies. They're mall guards.
Okay, so for the longest time, I thought they were wearing like.
Oh, I made it.
I thought they were
goodness.
wearing like pirate gear with like red bandanas and holding like regular ass flashlights. But no, those are fucking walkie-talkies.
Yeah, again, they're security guards.
I thought they were pirates.
No, how do you get pirates out of that?
The red
James,
thing I thought was a bandana.
James, let Icky dream about the Paul Blart like pirate mascot like crossover.
Huh?
Paul Blart, mall cop. But now he's a pirate. It's your greatest dream, Icky.
Blart, Mart, Tarp.
Paul Blart Sea Cop.
Exactly.
You know, to this day, I've never watched Paul Blart.
The first one I
is-
have watched. It's harmless. It's nice enough.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I'd say it's one of the more tolerable Happy Madison movies, since I'm pretty sure that's Happy Madison. I have not
I
seen
actually
the
don't
second
think
one,
it
though.
is. Second one I heard was very much like a more middle of the road. Of course, and the first one's already middle of the road, but I hear the second was more so middle of the road because it felt more so like a just retread of the first one.
Right.
Let me look it up though. Also, how do we do this one?
There will be basically we just gotta shoot the clock traps.
Yep, but you also have to peek about because it's dark.
With no music, this is very moody now.
Very liminal.
This one feels very generous.
Yes.
Oh, trust me, it gets harder with later repeats.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm just saying this particular instance.
Okay. Yes, Paul Blart is. Yes, Paul Blart was also Happy Madison, produced by but not featuring Adam Sandler.
Right.
Oh my god, we just need 4 more bananas and we're out of here.
Apparently, it was written by Kevin James, though.
Right.
Interesting.
You know what? It's so weird, this map. Only because, like, we've only been recording for an hour, but it feels like we've been at it for like 2.5.
It helps the fact that I fell asleep at one point.
You
did?
Did you seriously?
So you actually did fall asleep, you son of a bitch!
I nodded off a little bit while I was also listening and observing in my
You
sleep
know
because
what?
Damn, Logan, I know this level's boring, but I didn't think it was that
my
bad.
ASMR voice put me to sleep. Put
Your
myself to
own
sleep.
voice!
Yes.
Your own voice put you to sleep, mister.
Yes. Go ahead, Hype.
You know what? Now I don't feel quite nearly as bad when I did the exact same Devil Lamb thing in Neonoid.
See, and Noid had some weird shit going on. Like, Hype has like I have the excuse of this level is like monotonous as sin.
It's swimming.
I think for me,
also, I completely forgot about this area.
Yep.
Most people do, to be fair.
I think for me the biggest issue. I don't even know. I think the biggest.
We're in a sub with a fly infestation.
Oh no.
Ew.
I think for me the biggest issue I have with Gloomy Galleon is how much of it like all looks the same. Like every room, it's like okay, it's a cove. Okay, it's like there's not as much of a like distinction of where you are. Like Angry Aztec, you have like serious landmarks of where you are. Jungle Japes, you know, you have the one major room area. Crystal Caves can probably get close to that, but at least you're not having to swim everywhere.
Okay, you know what it is?
And honestly, I think the music helps it.
True.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's the music being so stupidly moody here and so quiet.
Though you know what, that does lead me to remember an interesting fun fact regarding Gloomy Galleon's music.
What was it?
It actually was originally meant for another Rare project.
Oh?
It was?
Before it was transferred over to Donkey Kong 64. It starred a man who had a dream.
Oh, it was for that one.
But then got stuffed out by a brown bear and a red bird.
Whoa, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, sucks to be you.
Kazooer.
Kazoober.
You know, I guess while I'm still here, may as well clean the rest of us out.
Oh, one last thing related to Cookie Run. I got Eternal Sugar to 2 stars.
Congratulations.
So now I can actually start claiming rewards and whatever.
Oh, that's right, the seal. We freed you
Yeah,
like
the pirate seal we saved earlier?
Yeah, the
like
silly
45
seal.
minutes ago.
Shiver me flippers! This the good monkey! Here, matey! Have some going with the thanks from this old sea dog. Seal.
Why is he a Jamaican?
Arr! Why not sail through yonder yacht tunnel and join me in a little race? A chest of gold if you triumph over 2 laps and collect 10 pieces of 8 along the way.
Why
Press that button to set sail and use that stick thingy to navigate your galleon. This thing turns her sharply and that makes you yeep like a sail. Or seal.
Why do all of these dopes have to acquire fucking coin collecting while racing?
I don't know, and I don't even know if it's going to be Tiny Kongs. We're still short another banana.
Why do none of them have to collect coins?
Good question. Maybe because maybe it's actually give them a sporting chance. Because otherwise, if we didn't have to worry about these coins, these would probably be like nothing.
So
Also,
pay
you have
very
to worry
close.
about going through the buoys.
Oh, also,
Yeah, go through the buoys, collecting all the coins, and make sure you don't miss too many of them.
also pay
These
very.
modes demand so fucking much out of you.
Also pay very. Okay, so 2 jokes back to back. One, welcome to Diddy Kong Racing at home. 2, be very mindful of these controls because this is going to be your only time to actually practice with them before the other time you're going to be expected to use this little like clunker of a boat.
Yeah.
It's a coconut shell.
You know what, I'll say this much, I kind of prefer the way this controls compared to the hovercrafts in Diddy Kong Racing.
Really?
The only downside is that, as opposed to being super floaty, this is a little too precise.
Also, this
Also
was
doesn't help. Oh, go ahead.
well, it's also just the fact that like you don't really have a control on where you're going. Like the gas pedal on this is like taped to the floor.
Yeah. Also, yeah, be careful because the seal there loves to
Cheat.
bump you
Just
out of the
fucking
buoy.
cheats.
Ow, come on. What?
Also, it is very weird to hear a happy, peppy rendition of Gloomy Gallion's theme.
Right? I mean, honestly, considering all the doom and gloom we've been dealing with earlier, I could use a little pep.
Please.
Yeah. But you know what? This seal's okay. He's not like that asshole Scarab Beetle. Except it's basically the same principle, though.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't bump. He isn't, bumping you all over the place.
Yeah, just sometimes. And sometimes he just decides to jump ahead like a dick.
Okay, good.
Yay!
There we go. Not a problem. Not a problem. mind that time I had to reset because I lost too many coins.
You
Alright, be shamed. It be a long while since I lost my tea, but you shall have my loot.
50% of the time, it works all the time.
Also, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not a real pirate. Real pirates actually have gravel in their voices.
Real pirates have 2 eye patches, not just one.
I feel like at
They
that
wear
point
them like sunglasses.
I don't think that's how sunglasses work.
Real pirates have sea legs, matey.
I don't even have legs.
So where?
Real pirates never steal.
So where is Tiny Kong? So where is Tiny Kong's last banana?
Well, don't we have to go back to the Mermaid?
Oh yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
we gotta go back to the Mermaid, because we did get all our pearls back. And then we can finally say adios to this moist sea dump.
By blowing it up. Just like you guys blew me up in the previous part or whatever.
Thanks for being a
Fucking-
good sport about it.
How dare.
Curious of something. Let me check.
You got
Okay,
all 5
everything's more or less all
bananas.
dead.
Yeah, no, it's
Just had to make absolutely certain.
there's like 10 bananas missing, but I mean, again, like it's oh
needs
oh
them?
gosh,
Yeah,
like yeah, no, end of the world now will be fine. And up we go.
You know, that does remind me of something I've been contemplating since last session. Should I start hoarding the blueprints?
That's all up to you, to be honest.
Well, I know part of it was that like, hello, here are your pearls.
We should at least show the snide animations once per world.
Right, because you mentioned
Fair.
that each one has like a unique or actually, since this exists in the same area as Frantic Factory, does this have a unique animation?
It should. I think.
good
Not entirely
question.
sure, actually. Though, you know what? I do recall that DK Island, whenever you deposit your blueprints down over the one inside the Crocodile Isle, that one plays all of them. Like, all the snippets.
Huh.
Which makes me realize I probably shouldn't have been wasting my time with Snide all this time, but, you know, I just did it anyway because, you know, we had to show it off for Let's Play sake.
Yeah.
Plus he's here, so...
But with that said, we're now ready for the boss.
Yes, we are.
But the question
Just as
is...
soon as we deliver all these blueprints, of course.
Okay.
Which diabolical demon of King K. Rool's cabinet shall we face today?
The Secretary of the State.
Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of the Crate.
Secretary of Penance.
Let's see what crackpot invention you have this time, Snide.
Do we get the finger again?
Oh!
We get the punching glove!
Psych!
He's like 2 for flinching.
2 minutes for high
You
sticking.
would fucking do that.
Why is there a punching glove? Why doesn't it punch anything?
Again, it's just there to make you flinch.
Well, no. I always took it as, like, it's supposed to punch something to activate the thing that drops the banana.
Considering where it's positioned?
Yeah.
Again, I just think that's just a scare tactic.
Would he really be that much of a dick? We're trying to help him.
I mean, his name is Snide, and he's a weasel, and he's... I mean, just look at him.
Yeah, but you know who else was snide? Lee Whiplash.
And do you trust him?
No. But this guy I trust. I trust this guy with my second born.
I trust him about as far as I can throw him.
K. Rool ate the first one.
I just went real.
What?
No, anything, any Donkey Kong thing ever, and he just says that just got really real. That just got real. DK,
I mean-
you can't say that anymore.
I mean, I'm
When I
pretty sure
say
Donkey Kong...
when I say real, I mean this real.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that, that DK is out there somewhere in the universe. He's real.
Yeah, he's greeting all the patrons of Donkey Kong Country at Super Nintendo World.
He visited Brooklyn at least once.
Preferably the one in Japan, because I'll admit, I'm sorry, the suit that they're using for Epic Universe looks a little bit downgraded compared to the one in Japan.
It's honestly the only really damning thing about it is that his back looks hunched.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: at one point in his life, DK has visited Brooklyn just to abduct a boxer.
You know, I imagine the whole thing, because I've seen a couple of people talk about it, like people that have had experience with like mascot
from
suits
DK
before.
Isle. Yeah.
Like, well, like, apparently, like, you know, even though, yeah, it looks a little bit cheaper than the one in Japan, apparently the one that they're having at, like, the Epic Universe, apparently is a little bit preferable for a lot of mascot performers, because you could tell it's a lot easier to, like, maneuver around in.
It's more flexible, if nothing else.
That, and then the last thing I can think of is maybe because they built it with... Maybe they designed it with Florida weather in mind.
That too.
That's also true.
I wonder if it has onboard air conditioning.
I feel like it would have to, otherwise, like, it would be a health hazard. And they make suits like that have, like, fans and stuff built in.
250.
Wow.
250.
Guys, I think we have enough.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Do my pockets look a little lighter than normal?
No, they look a little bit less green. Plus, Chunky doesn't even wear pants. What pockets are you talking about?
Iki, what food do you think would have this happen to you?
What, bananas?
Like if any one random monkey was to like start throwing a bunch of a particular food item at you, which do you think you would eat with the same vigor that Scoff does?
And make that exact same noise?
Exactly.
But
And
just
grow to that
growing
exact
larger
same-
in size and not fatter?
Yes.
As in, like, gaining height. Or
Yes,
my
gaining
my IRL model just enlarges
The IRL
in
model
scale.
scales upwards just a little bit. For me, I'm thinking English tea cookies.
For me, it'd
Oh, look at
definitely
that.
be pizza. I could eat that for days.
Chocolate brownies with a dollop of peanut butter on top.
Yeah, I know, James.
Oh, yeah,
you
that
could
sounds good, too.
you could absolutely just
You can absolutely reach that, fatso.
Actually,
What
that
the hell is
sounds good.
shaking the place?
that Scoff
me.
dancing.
But yeah,
Oh
honestly,
my
that's,
god.
but yeah, honestly, that sounds good, Iggy. I think I'll have that with for dessert with the pizzas.
What pizzas?
He's
The
a
ones I
heel,
was just mentioning.
like with a bunch of like pizza slices like heading towards you in rapid succession. There you go. Also, it's just mere Scoff getting larger and larger proportionally the more bananas we have to feed him, or does he always get this size?
I'm just reminded of the fucking snowball effect where Patrick's just getting like rapid fire snowballs.
Oh
And it
my
just
god.
briefly slows
Oh yeah,
down.
like well, there's that one, then just the whoo, just full on.
Also, to answer your question earlier, Logan, I think it was just the widescreen.
Oh, okay, wise people do that.
It
All right,
was
here we
a dark
go.
and stormy night in gloomy Galleon.
Where Lanky Kong
Also,
got
we're
his
riding
own
a
boss
coconut.
battle. Well, yeah, it's the same thing from the seal battle.
Whoa, what was that?
What was that?
Hello?
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo!
See if I can get this light working.
Oh, I've got the goose pimples on my arms.
There we go.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh! Ow!
I don't know why. I felt like he
I
should have
passed
done.
out.
Felt like he should have done the bug-eyed thing that DK does in the older games.
Oh, that would have
I
been
get the
cute.
feeling that that's what they were aiming for, but it was like,
So,
what is that?
go ahead, James. Tell him how this boss works.
So, in order to win this fight against the giant pufferfish, we gotta raise a whole bunch of lightning pylons through the use of these DK stars. Every time you, as you can no doubt see, they're all under a time limit, and if you run out of time, all the pylons go right back down to the sea.
Oh well. Also, avoid the fireballs, because you can't recover health during these boss fights, because they're boss fights. This thing makes funny noises when it gets zapped.
Also, those with motion sickness may want to look away because of the aiming and the way that the camera follows this thing. There's going to be some erratic movements as a James.
And the flashes of lightning glow us.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, James, I think you can jump over that.
Can you? You can!
Oh,
Well,
kind
I
of.
can jump over that first one, but that second one might be another story.
I think it works if you back up and then accelerate towards it and then jump over. Well, actually, probably a bad example, but fair enough. But as James pointed out, like at the very least, the shockwaves do disappear when you get out far away. So just, yeah.
Would you ride a speedboat if it were just a coconut shell with a motor attached?
I mean, why not? I mean, if it still works.
Also, be mindful that yes, the gates are becoming smaller and smaller, demanding more precision as you go through this boss fight.
And you have less time to go through each one.
Yeah. Before we had 25 seconds, now we've got 20.
Where is that thing? There it is.
Also, how does a pufferfish spit out fire?
It's evil. It's a demon.
It's a fish.
It's a demon fish.
It's an evil pufferfish.
Oh,
it's
named Wheeze and Puffer.
Is that his actual name?
No.
No, I don't. I forget what this pufferfish is called.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, but then go ahead, Steve.
Imagine how, if a theoretical remake of this game were to exist, imagine like these same visuals going on, like the lightning, the darkness, like and all that. Like if for some daft reason they also decide to incorporate motion blur to all this.
Okay, this thing is called Pufftoss.
Pufftoss. Okay, and also no, thank you. I can't like. So,
Oh Christ.
Like I don't know if it's like meant to be an enhancement visually, but like I'm genuinely the kind of person who like I usually disable motion blur if I ever get the opportunity to.
Same.
Yeah, especially depending on how heavy the motion blur is.
Right.
It just feels distracting.
Especially on the edges
It
of the
can be,
screen.
for
Yeah, I don't see how it like is necessarily improving the visuals. Oh,
Bingo!
there we go. You
That's
did
it for Pufftoss.
And he is now puffed and away.
Oh, look at that! He was just nothing but hot gas.
He was just a durian.
Let's eat.
I think that one's best left in the trash. Besides, you know the dangers of eating pufferfish.
Right, if you don't cook them just right, you'll actually die.
And there you go. James has officially gone past the hurdle.
Yep, we are finally out of the gloomy Galleon, or at least we're finished with it anyway.
Let's
But
share
Lanky
our
Kong's still underwater.
let's share our booty.
No, it's not.
With Rudy.
The Columns Rudy.
Clumsy.
Rootin' Tooty.
Rootin' Tooty Shooty.
Yes. Ruby Rootin' or whatever. It was the bit like, what's Robbie Rotten's actor's name? Ruby Rootin'.
Ruby Rootin'.
Ruby Rootin'.
Yeah.
Third level.
He just sounds like a
lots of
rabid
luck.
dog.
Like, what did you just say? That was a moment that got real. Alright,
Yeah.
there you go.
Speaking of which,
Scooby-Doo forgot that he was supposed to be a cartoon dog for a moment.
Well, it was a joke there about the writer. Go ahead, James. Sorry.
Clumsy is a little happier because we're halfway done with our mission.
We're halfway there.
So welcome to what's gonna be an interesting little level.
Yep, a very interesting level, though can also still be a bit of a bitch when it comes to all the back and forth. But you know, if we play our cards right, maybe it won't even feel that bad.
With a little bit of elbow grease, we might just make it out. Fun guy.
And a little bit of persuasion from Father Time and all that stuff. But that said, we'll save that for next time.
I'm gonna take a bath after all that seawater. Holy shit.
For real.
I feel like I've been here for days, but it's only been an hour and a half.
Yes, hype.
Let's just go ahead and blow up the Galleon right now.
Okay.
No, let's blow up James Man's house this time.
Wait, what?